Good afternoon, class of 2022. You may be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Steve Stewart, and as principal of Edwardsville High School, it is my honor to welcome family, friends, faculty, and staff, Superintendent Dr. Patrick Shelton and his staff, the school board president, Mr. John McDowell, and the Board of Education members to the Edwardsville High School class of 2022 commencement ceremony. The music played throughout the processional was truly incredible, and I want to thank the Edwardsville High School Orchestra under the direction of Mrs. Victoria Vumard for sharing her talents today. I have a few individuals and groups that I need to thank that made today special. Our grounds and maintenance departments and our custodial team for making our building and grounds look sharp for today's ceremony. Our very own Eye of the Tiger EHS Broadcasting Group, with the support of our Director of Technology, Mr. Bill Miner. Along with Mr. Gene Birdsell and Mr. Levi Antrim, who are helping broadcast today's ceremony. This same production is being streamed on riverbender.com, on our YouTube channel, and on Madison Communication. This day also wouldn't be possible without the work of Mr. Jonas Scheckler and our EHS stage crew. The Edwardsville and Glen Carbon Police Departments, along with the Madison County Sheriff Department, have contributed on the daily basis to make sure that our mission here at EHS to stay safe is being observed and being enforced. So thank them for helping us out. Ms. Jody DeVries and her FFA students for the flowers that adorn this stage. Mr. Rick Brewer of Rick's Picks, who have taken pictures of the seniors before we started and will be and is right up there and will be taking some action shots as you guys cross the stage. And of course, the EHS Senior Choir, who's in front of us here. You'll hear them shortly. They've worked extremely hard to prepare for today. Lastly, I'd like to thank my EHS administrative team and the secretaries here at EHS for their contributions to make today happen. In particular, I want to thank Mrs. Lindsay Shaw, my secretary, for all of her work to make this a memorable day. There we go, memorable day for our graduates. I'll change that word next year so I don't stumble over it. Good afternoon, class of 2022. It's great to see you. And I would like to remind everyone that this is a joyous but formal occasion, one we approach with respect and great dignity. We don't have to clap for that, that's okay. Our graduate candidates have toiled for many years to reach this point. And we want to make sure that we remain respectful of their work and that everybody that is here today can enjoy hearing their children's names being called as they come across the stage. So thank you for your respect during the ceremony. Now at this time, I'd like to call up our salutatorian, Oliver Ferdinand. He is going to receive his salutatorian medal, and he's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Oliver. So those of you willing and able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and we will follow this with the national anthem being sung by our choir under the direction of Mrs. Emily Outline.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, senior choir. Seniors, family, friends, please be seated. Thank you, Oliver, Mrs. Outwine, and the EHS Senior Choir. That was truly incredible. Let's have another round of applause for them. And after that spectacular rendition of the national anthem, I feel it's appropriate to announce at this time that Oliver Ferdinand, our Salutatorian, has been accepted to the Air Force Academy. So Oliver, please stand. At this time, I'd also like to recognize any graduate candidates who are joining our armed forces after graduation. Please stand to be recognized. Thank you for making the choice to serve and defend our nation. At this time, I'd like to introduce our school board president, Mr. John McDowell, for his welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Dr. Shelton, Dr. Stewart, district administration, faculty and staff, parents and loved ones, and most importantly, the Edwardsville High School senior class of 2022. On behalf of all 7 board members who are here today, including myself, we have Jill Bertels, Terry Dallariva, Deborah Pitts, Jennifer Brumbach, Keita Robertson, and Kristen Fund. I'd like to welcome all of you to today's commencement ceremony. Senior class of 2022. After all of the trials and tribulations that you've encountered over the last 2+ years, today is most deservedly your day. Today is the culmination of a vast amount of hard work and effort put forth not only by you, but your tribe around you that have helped you along the way. At this threshold in your life, I am here to tell you, as a fellow graduate of Edwardsville High School, that regardless of your path from today, you will always, always be able to make a positive impact on the world around you, no matter where you are in your travels or when it may be. There's a popular TV show that I'm sure many of you have heard of and probably watched. It's called Ted Lasso. Thank you, sir. Now, I've honestly actually only seen a couple episodes because my 48-hour free subscription to Apple Plus expired and I didn't watch the rest of it, but I do know that it's a very well-liked show and that its popularity revolves around its premise. It's about a professional soccer coach, Ted Lasso, who many think is in way over his head. And yet Ted is curious about everything. He holds no judgment, and despite the world around him trying to see his failure, he always remains positive and in good nature. He is steadfast in not thinking less of anyone and wholeheartedly believes that everyone has good in them, regardless of what they may convey on the exterior. One of the more memorable quotes from the show is, "Be curious, not judgmental." Be curious, not judgmental. Now in the show, that saying is actually attributed to the famous author Walt Whitman. But in truth, Walt Whitman had nothing to do with that line. That was all the show's writing. But for me personally, I think those are incredibly wise words regardless of their origin. So class of 2022, in order to make that positive impact that I had touched on previously, I encourage all of you to always be curious. Seek to understand and be interested in everything. Read books, discover new kinds of music, find ways to be creative. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and most importantly, have as many conversations as possible. Conversations are critical to learning more about yourself and the others around you, and can help you discover what your true gifts in this life really are. And then you can make the world a better place. So speaking for the Board of Education of District 7 and the communities that have elected us, we want to wholeheartedly congratulate the Edwardsville High School class of 2022 and wish you all the best in your futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McDole. Please welcome our superintendent, Dr. Patrick Shelton.
Good afternoon, class of 2022. It's an honor to be here today. It's an honor for me to join the District 7 Board of Education, along with our outstanding faculty and staff, many of whom are here today, in officially congratulating you and your families on your graduation. It's been a privilege for us to be part of your educational journey, a journey that's filled with wonderful memories of those who have supported you throughout your education. The past 25 months have been unlike anything we've experienced in our lifetime, or hopefully anything like we will experience in years to come. We've been an audience to fear, to anger, to illness, and among other things, you have had to endure shifts in learning that no one was prepared to endure. The last true normal school year that you had was the 2018-2019 school year, your first year at Edwardsville High School. However, despite the challenges of masks, vaccinations, isolations, illness, remote learning, and everything that went with the pandemic, and all the things that you encountered, you persevered. You've learned so much over the past 4 years, much more than's taught in a classroom or on a court. These life lessons are the ones that you will look back on, you'll reflect on, and I thought I might share 3 of them that I think are probably pretty important for you to take with you today. The first one is that you can do hard things. Each of you has done hard things over the past 3 years. This class experienced virtual learning at a time when virtual learning for high school students was untested and untrusted. You were the first students to have their own devices and use those devices to learn in a classroom. You've endured virtual learning, quarantines, and isolations, and despite all of those things, you continued to showcase the success story that makes Edwardsville High School what it is. When we look back on the championships, the high AP scores, the student performances that you have been part of, and all that you've accomplished, remember, you've already proven that you can do hard things. The second thing I think we can all agree on is that there are a huge amount of people who care about you, more than you probably ever realized. Living during a pandemic has showed us that people are willing to move mountains to provide assistance, help when needed, and attack obstacles so that each of us can find success in a world where success hasn't been as easy to find. You've had parents, guardians, grandparents, coaches, teachers, directors, administrators, school board members, all advocate for you throughout your school career, but especially in these last 25 months. Don't forget that they will still advocate for you, be a cheerleader, and are still interested in you and your success. In her speech to New York University graduates, Taylor Swift said, "Not a single one of us here today has done it alone. We are each a patchwork quilt of those who have loved us, those who have believed in our futures, and those who showed us empathy and kindness or told us the truth when it wasn't easy to hear. Those who told us that we could do it when there were absolutely no proof of that. Someone read stories to you and taught you to dream and offered up some moral code of right and wrong for you to try and live by. Someone tried their best to explain every concept in this insanely complex world to the child that was you as you asked a bazillion questions, like how does the moon work, or why can we eat salad and not grass? So as you experience those successes outside of District 7, remember to share them with the people who care about you. We want to know the good things that continue to happen to you and know that when you need somebody, we are here in your corner even when you walk out these doors. Finally, the third thing I'd like to share with you is that we've learned the way it's always been done isn't always the best way to do things. Having school during a pandemic made us really think differently about a lot of things in education. For example, why did seniors have to take classes they weren't interested in just to fill their schedule? Why couldn't we have due dates that weren't on the day of class? And why can't we provide ticketless admission to events? And I just remembered that all of you have a ticket for here today, so sorry about that. Just because we've done it that way doesn't mean that's the way we always have to do it. And as you leave here today, go out and challenge the status quo. Question the way things are done. Your time in District 7 has been part of a larger story, a story of success on the basketball court, a story of successful musical production, success in the classroom, and successes in areas people don't even imagine in this room. Your story doesn't end today, it only starts. Jim Carrey, the comedian, said in one of his graduation speeches that choices are made from love and fear, so many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. As you take the next step in your path, make choices that allow you to be bold, to stand out, and to take risks. Remember, you can do hard things. You're cared about more than you will ever know, and the way it's always been done isn't the way that you have to do it. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Shelton. Student leadership comes in many forms, whether it's the vocal leaders who are out in front or the quiet leaders behind the scenes, making sure everything stays on track. They are the fundamental force that helps shape the culture of this school. And the senior class is full of leaders who help guide this class through this unusual year. Two of these leaders are your class co-presidents who have worked closely with administration this year in an attempt to make sure that we supported and celebrated this graduating class. I am pleased to introduce Ms. Sydney Campbell and Mr. Tyler Sharinka, class of 2022 co-presidents, who will share a few words with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tyler Sharinka.
And my name is Sydney Campbell.
On behalf of the Edwardsville High School class of 2022, we'd like to welcome family, friends, staff, alumni, and faculty. Thank you for being here today.
We would also like to thank the EHS custodial staff and the Edwardsville School District 7 for making this ceremony possible. Their dedication is greatly appreciated. We lastly want to recognize our fellow class officers. Please stand and be recognized for your hard work this year.
In these past 4 years, we definitely went through a lot. Aside from the bomb threat our freshman year and the bathroom damages from the TikTok trends during our senior year, we literally had to go to school during a pandemic for 2.5 years.
And it was honestly kind of awful. It may have felt like a quick little vacation at first, but once junior year rolled around and we were still in the midst of a pandemic, with 500,000 perished American lives and many more broken homes, the situation really started to weigh down.
It's no doubt that every single one of us in this room was affected in some way by the pandemic. And even though it has brought anxiety, stress, grief, and uncertainty of the future to all, there is one thing kind of special about these recent years.
The time we spent away from each other during the pandemic gave each of us time to reflect on the things we lost, like seeing each other every day. We really took that for granted, and once we were able to return to a somewhat normal school year, we knew to appreciate one another and act more civilized, at least most of the time.
This was especially evident after the tragic passing of Mackenzie Allen. In a time where we were already beaten down by the pandemic, we took another hit with the loss of Mackenzie, a true friend and ally to all. But we persevered through this grief and came together like never before to support her family and friends and honor her memory through the Purple Pen Project.
Other examples of our coming together were evident in the senior group chat. We shared ideas about spirit days and senior activities. We poked fun at each other, and even though there were some disagreements, we all rallied around the same cause.
Now, as we prepare to cross this stage and enter true adulthood, we must not leave this newfound camaraderie and positivity behind. We must remember to support and love one another rather than be hateful and divided.
Edwardsville was a great community to grow up in, allowing us both security and freedom and providing us with many different people with various characteristics to help shape us into the people that we are today.
As we say goodbye and move into this next part of our lives, we must do our best to spread the good reputation of Edwardsville. That said, we wish you all success in your future, whether it be close to home or across the globe.
For the last time, as students at EHS, we just want to say,
Go Tigers!
Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Tyler. Class of 2020, this has been an incredible 26 months for you, beginning in March of your sophomore year. Everything you knew about school got turned on its head through remote learning, and don't forget our A-day, B-day schedules, adaptive pauses. You have found a way to persevere through it all. Years from now, you'll be able to tell future generations about the time in your life and just how crazy this time at school was during COVID. And when they say that you're exaggerating about how weird it might have been, you will have your TikTok videos and your Finsta accounts to prove that this was actually a weird, crazy time. But the lessons you've learned should endure and will hopefully serve you well as you move on to your next adventure in life. You have, as a class, have accomplished a great deal in these 4 years at EHS. But the thing I am most proud of is the way that you've rallied around each other and were there to support your fellow classmates when times might have gotten tough for them. There were some bright moments this year that we need to make sure we remember. Started in August with our senior sunrise, continued on through our parking lot homecoming, multiple state finishes, some excellent concerts and stage performances, a real prom, a senior sunset, and the tour to Grove, just to name a few. I hope these memories serve as a source of joy as you move through the remainder of your time. At this time, we are pleased to welcome the class of 2022's Valedictorian Hannah Tay as I present her with her Valedictorian medal, and then she will address the class of 2022. Hannah.
I could wing it.
Nope, your speech is right here.
Thank you. Good afternoon, family, friends, teachers, administration, and most importantly, our graduating class of 2022. I am honored to be able to speak to you all and cannot take all the credit for having this opportunity today. By the grace of God, I am what I am. He sees the weakness of my heart and understands each one by one. Even when I walk on rough roads, I see the good Lord who guides me. By the grace of God, I am what I am. So many people have made today possible for me, including my family, who always supports me and guides me, and my friends who are always there for me, my teachers who have encouraged me and prepared me, as well as my guidance counselor, Ms. Baker, who really helped make my high school goals become reality. At some point today, I hope we can all thank those who've helped us throughout these years, because we all are here thanks to someone. Now, I would like to thank you all for making the best of these 4 years. Despite all the worries and stress, you have prevailed and celebrated. You cherished the little things like dressing up for Spirit Week or preparing and enjoying our school dances, making school fun and exciting. You've made time to make memories with your friends, yet you also dedicated time and effort to pursue your own goals. Your presence here today is evidence of your commitment in the face of academic as well as personal obstacles. In these past years, we have experienced the pandemic as well as other local and personal losses. These struggles amplify our ability to overcome and move on, but also serve as reminders for us to cherish and relish the time that we have. Our graduation was an end goal, but now it has become a starting point to wherever our future will take us. We will be taking steps onto separate and different paths. Nevertheless, we are all off to bigger and better things. You will meet more demanding challenges, and you will make more life-altering decisions. However, just like we did in high school, I hope we can continue to make the best of our situations and take in and cherish all our highs and lows. We can't rewind time because it only goes forward. So, this is our time and the beginning to the rest of our lives. EHS Class of 2022, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Hannah. Graduate candidates, as I call each of the following groups, please stand to be recognized. You may be seated as I call upon the next group. And I'm going to begin with National Merit Commended. National Merit Semifinalist and National Merit Finalist. National Honor Society. Illinois State Scholars. National English Honor Society. National Math Honor Society. National Art Honor Society. French, Spanish, and German Honor Societies. Silver Medallion, top 8% of the class. Business Professionals of America. Tri-M Music Honor Society, International Thespian Society, Troop 1534, top 10% of the class of 2022. And our junior grad. Is our junior grad here? All right. Before we begin the roll call of graduates, we need to take a moment to mention one senior who is not able to be with us here today. We lost Mackenzie Allen in January, just as we were getting back to start the second semester. Mackenzie was a sweet, thoughtful young woman whose future was bright. She had the desire to serve others. She wanted to be an educator. She left an indelible mark upon this school and many of her friends. So I ask you to please join me in a moment of silence to remember Mackenzie. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to have Nicole Anderson, one of her dear friends, please come forward and say a few words about Mackenzie.
For those of you who don't know, on January 6, 2022, we lost a member of our senior class. Mackenzie Ann Allen was a member of the National Honor Society Sign Language Club in Varsity Color Guard. Thank you. She was a big part of my life, and there will never be anyone to fill that void in my life and in others. Throughout her time here at Edwardsville High School, she touched many lives, including my own, and I think that today we should talk about her legacy more than anything. Mackenzie always had the biggest smile on her face, even though no one knew the battles she was facing in her own life. I knew a little about the effect that epilepsy had on her life, yet she never let that get in the way of being there for the people who she loved the most. It didn't matter if she had known you her whole life or if she just met you, she could always find some way to put a smile on your face. What I want people to take away from what she accomplished is to remember that life is so short, and as we move on to the next chapter, I'm going to encourage you all to live like Mackenzie. Take each and every day as an opportunity to make a positive impact on someone else's life, especially now that most of us are going to a new place where no one knows us. Take time every day to make someone else's life a little better like Mackenzie did here at Edwardsville High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. I know that was difficult, but there was a very beautiful tribute to your dear friend. Thanks again. Each year, our seniors select readers for the commencement ceremony. This year, the class of 2022 have selected Mrs. Sari Kanabi and Mr. Keith Baker to be our honored readers. We understand that graduation day is just as exciting for parents, guardians, and family members as it is for the graduate themselves. However, out of respect for our graduates and to ensure that all families are able to enjoy their child's graduation, we want to encourage our guests to remain seated while the graduates are receiving their diplomas. I also ask that you hold all applause and celebration until everyone's name has been read. Loud celebrations will drown out the next graduate's name, and we want to make sure all students' names can be heard by their families. Members of the Board of Education and Superintendent Dr. Shelton, I hereby certify that all of these students have met all of the requirements from the state of Illinois and Edwardsville High School for graduation, and I proudly present to you Edwardsville High School class of 2022. At this time, I will turn the program over to Mrs. Kanabi and Mr. Baker.
Cameron Abram. Cindy Alexandra Atchison. Jace Dalton Ackerman. Christopher Chedubem Aguedu. Claire Nicole Almos. Nicole Janice Anderson. Diego Jose Arana. Joseph Robert Arana, Jr. Kyla Marie Archer. Jonah Brecken Arico. Sophia Armio. Lucas Wayne Atwood. Kyle Joseph Axtell. Jack Cameron Aylward. Mason McTaggart Babington. Braden Russell Baker. Raylyn Ballard. Cheska Margarita Ballastini. Kylie Ann Barham. Ellison Batchelor. Camden Zachary Bateman. Carson James Bateman. Austin David Bauer. Lyndon Page Beasley. Michael Patrick Beatty. Nathan Casper Beck. William Beckham. Bryce Michael Beagle. Carly Sue Beiser. Miles Dalton Bell.
Ruben Mann Benjankar. Denorian Cortez Bennett. Daniel Shane Benson. Megan Nicole Beckett. Avery Ann Berlingeri. Carly Ann Berning. Lillian Michelle Berry. Sophia Jane Bertolino. Mira Barty. Marcy Kaylee Billings. Javen Don Blair. Sarah Elizabeth Blandina. Evan Matthew Blind. William Ryan Bohemianez. Aiden James Bowman. J. Michael Bolton. Leah Zoe Bone. Lauren Robert Woodrow Bowen. Luke Stephen Bowen. Alex Joshua Boyer. Cameron Allen Boyer. And Yelka Sophia Boyles. Carrie Denise Bozick-Donald. Maxwell Henry Brandmeier. Bo Dalton Brandt. Jonna Michelle Brandt. Tyler James Bremberger. Rhett Joseph Brickman. Jordan Romero Brooks.
Joseph P. Burkhart. Gannon Joseph Burns. Fiona Patricia Burton. Alan Bernard Buss. Jack Ethan Bussey. Caroline Frances Byron. Nassim Cairo. Carly Irene Camp. Jackson Lee Campbell. Madeline Sue Campbell. Sydney Marie Campbell. Liam Michael Carpentier. Annabelle Ray Carr. Colton Brandt Karstens. Truman Michael Chandler. Lane Marie Chapman. Nathan Joseph Chapman. Carson Matthew Chenault. Tyler Martin Schrenka. Bethany Jean Christians. Kaylee Maureen Church. Maya Nicole Clark. Trenton J. Clevenger. Amanda Elizabeth Cobb. Hannah Lynn Colbert. Caleb John Coleman. Cheyenne Marie Colston. Kate Noel Connor. Caitlin Angela Conway.
Ashley Helena Cook. Tariel Renee Cook. Brianna Lee Cooper. Sean Ann Craig. Ryan Michael Cross. Justin Charles Colkin. Aaliyah L. Curry. Grace Rose Deck. Bexley Dallapay. Wilkin Charles David. Daisha Janae Davis. Lauren Marie Davis. Amanda Rose DeFrancisco. Javier DeWitt de la Cruz. Madison Claire Delgado. Stephen Joshua Dennis. David Quinn Duenpen. Liam Patrick Dexter. Lillian Dial. Trey Thomas Dix. Bailey Samantha Dittmer. Madison Brooke Mahusky. Logan James Donjon. Jackson Alexander Draper. Noah John Driver. Cruz Mark Duane. Marissa K. Dubach. Jacob Christopher DuBois. Roman Augustus Duran.
Vance Emerson Ely. Alec Emil El-Khatib. Vivi Kate Elson. Wyatt Ethan Erber. Luke Richard Essner. L. Renee Evans. Ava Ruth Fanning. Harrison Patrick Fico. Peyton Marie Fetterman. Oliver Ferdinand. Alyssa Marie Farrell. Emily Ann Fitzgerald. Mackenzie Lee Foyles. Rowan Michael Foley. Carson Alexander Forsting. Kennedy Elise Fox. Trevor William Fox. Grace Catherine Fry. Andrew J. Friedel. Rice Mater Frizz. Emily Nicole Fry. Evan Michael Fry. Spencer Allen Fuller. Mitchell Cole Gard. Markeeland Diavion Gardner. Emma Reese Garner. Ryan Gale Garver. Joel Austin Garwood. Jacob William Geisen.
Evan Bailey Gibbs. Grant William Gibbs. Haley Nicole Gibson. Kara Michelle Gilliman. John Richard Gingrich. Robert Charles Glisson. Jane Aubrey Gokul. Jimena Gonzalez. Madeline Elizabeth Goodwin. Jacob Samuel Grandoni. Hirsch Michael Green. Lucas Alfred Greer. Matthew James Greer. Austin Kenneth Gregory. Richard Aiden Gregory. Alexandra Marie Griffin. Gerald Cephas Griffin. Evan Gregory Grinter. Ethan Scott Grippy. Imani Grooms. Nathaniel Evan Gruen. Brady Wayne Gooswell. Logan A. Gooswell. Dylan Thomas Gavillo. Jaden Elaine Hare. Elena E. Hall. Jada Lynn Hall. Jonah Merrill Hallquist. Jenna Hamad.
Ian Riley Hamilton. Aline June Hanks. Lucas William Hansen. Julia Elizabeth Hantla. Cade Michael Hardy. Zachary Oscar Harmon. Abdul Kareem Haroon. Sydney Rose Harris. Chloe Elizabeth Harrison. Lexi Elizabeth Hoskins. Charlotte Marie Hayes. Luis Donald Habenstraight. Madeline Raylene Hedge. Rachel Marie Heflin. Mia Rochelle Heiser. Samara Ray Helton. Lillian Patricia Hendricks. Aiden Joseph Bada Henke. Ethan Kent Hirschberger. Cohen David Hiller. Kaylee Ann Hitt. Macy Hockett. Liam Henry Hefferlin. Zachary Alexander Hoffman. Caleb Josiah Hollis. Caden Isaiah Holman. Henry Robert Holt, Jacob Connor Holtgrave, Alex L. Hopwood,
Ming Ho, Kyle Wesley Houston, Ariana Desiree Hudson, Jalen K. Hudson, Grant Lawrence Hubner, Danielle Lauren Huney, Nathaniel Dean Hunt, Paige Victoria Hunt, Riley Michelle Hunt, Sydney Jeanette Husky, India Elise Hutchins, Benjamin Jeffrey Heighton, Maya Isabel Ibarra, Olga Ivashna, Ariane Mikkel Jackson, Brendan Lewis James, Richard Edwin James Jr., Ali Joe Jansen, Alyssa Ann Jaskowitz, Benjamin David Jenkins, Paul Lewis Jennings, Adam Christopher Johnson, Adam Matthew Johnson, Grace Elizabeth Johnson, Isaiah Johnson, Jordan Johnson, Nalia Marie Johnson, Nina Sue Johnson,
Reagan Nicole Johnson, Jalen Jordan Yokish, Chase Michael Jones, Justin Henry Jones, Lane Morgan Kaburik, Leah Megan Kaburik, Grace Elaine Kalb, Samuel William Kalish, Mason Scott Kane, Chloe Ann Carbon, Luke Aaron Carlos, Luke Henry Keth, Spencer Howard Keel, Connor Ripken Keelty, Cole Garrett Kilby, Nevea Simone Kiley, Andrew William King, Cody A. Klenke, Andrew Wilkie Klinksick, Justin Ephraim Knetzer, Mallory Grace Knobloch, Carter Andrew Noyle, Haley Renee Kowaleski, Madeline Rose Kraut, Jonathan Albert Craik, Meredith Lee Kremitsky, Bailey Ellen Crome, Ashley Christine Keedy, Ian Thomas Cooney,
Delaney Noel Coombs, Michael Oko Quaza, Elizabeth Marie LeBoy Flores, Zane William Ladd, Damon Frederick Lamar, Paige Cecilia Landrum, Morgan Ryan Landry, Alex Lee Lane, Sydney Elizabeth Lane, Zaria Renee Lane, Lindsay Paige Lankford, Donovan Robert Latham, Ashton R. Lawhead, Abigail Ann Law, Ethan Kent Law. Sydney Marie Lawrence. Emily Ann Lebro. Kevin Milton Leduc. Marshayla Leggett. Stephen Michael Lightshoe. Shelby Kathleen Lembeck. Dominic Antone Leone. Jillian Preston Lewis. Riley Catherine Lewis. Ava Rose Lytle. Eli Albert Lingefelter. Justin Allen Lyzak. Lisa Leanne Lobig. Benjamin Matthew Loftus. Catherine Elizabeth Logan.
Angela Grace Loveridge. McKenna Rose Luking. Ryan Daniel Lutjohn. Allison Paige Lunsford. Brendan Reese Maddox. Tyler Keith Magak. Julietta Nora Marini. Caitlin Sue Markle Seymour. Ava Lee Mars. Liam Isaac Marsh. Anaya Miki Martin. Henley Noel Mason. Kennedy Lee Massa. Ben Gerald Matthews. Nicholas Joseph McClintock. Eleanor Grace McCutcheon. Trevor Michael McGeehan. Grace Emily McGinnis. Simon Reed McKeon. Macy Leanne McNamee. Melvin Lopez Mendoza. Sarah Nicole Mang. Isabella Michelle Meyer. Angelus Anthony Miles. Caitlin Nicole Milford. Corey Jordan Miller. Emily Kathleen Miller. Mason Scott Miller. Morgan Page Miller.
Araya Kimberly Minor. Alyssa Renee Mollett. Ryan William Montgomery. Catherine Margaret Morgan. Nicole Marie Morris. Kayla Faith Morrissey. Gabriel Hayes Moss. Samuel John Motley. Gabriel Benjamin Moyer. Rachel Lee Mueller. Philip Michael Multidor. Ty M. Myers. Caitlin Jean Nanny. Kirsten Marie Nanny. Nathaniel Dane Nelson. James Derek Newsom II. Jairus James Nicholas. Nathaniel Christian Nickel. William Bradley Niehaus. Edward Patrick Noonan. Adrian Chimaine Norcio. Josephine Cleveland O'Day. Leah Renee Ortel. Logan Ryan Erdl. Augustino Freeman Ojeda. August Otan Olmsted. Mitchell Colin Olson. Olivia Dane Olson. Zachary James Ostrowski.
Benjamin Merrill Gray Otwine. Cody Hayden Ort. Riley Hope Owens. Samara Elise Owens. Sean Robert Packett. Damon Richard Pace. Isabella Claire Pace. Tabitha Kately Palmer. Austin Ray Parker. Chase Nolan Parker. Alexia Katerina Pastori Perez. Jordan Spencer Patrolak. Ethan Nicholas Pavlinek. Austin Jacob Peach. Hannah LaDawn Pendleton. Catherine Lynn Peterson. Callista Quinn Petrosky. Delaney Grace Phillips. Rachel Renee Piazza. Zoe Amelia Picker. Kanaya Aria Pearson. Reese Catherine Pfeiffer. Logan James Pope. Ashlyn L. Porter. Payson Michael Porter. Addison Jane Postel. Catherine Elizabeth Potter. Ethan Craig Pottist. Adam Christopher Powell.
Alani Mary Pratt. Tylen Raglan. Nadim Zuman Rana. Patrick Miles Rawson. Alyssa Marie Ray. Madison Taylor Ray. Ryan Matthew Ray. Rebecca Louise Redman. Riley Elizabeth Reed. Evan Robert Reed. Robert Parker Reiheld. Cole Thomas Reinking. Gavin Michael Rising. Sage Elise Rising. Jaden Diane Renth. Jonathan Avery Reynolds. Seth Allen Rhodes. Abigail K. Rhodes. Samantha Holly Rigler. Jacoby David Roberson. Brady Ryan Roberts. Luke Edwin Roberts. Alexander Allen Robertson. Kendall Baisden Robertson. Joshua Christopher Robinson. Travis Antonio Rogers. Logan Elizabeth Raver. Joshua Logan Roney. Abby Michelle Rupert.
Aaron Lacey Rushing. Mira Ann Rusick. Hunter C. Russell. Luke Wellington Russell. Colin Joseph Sampson. Dactori Jack Sanders, Jr. Novalee Addison Saucier. Gabriela Maria Say. Oscar Julio Martinez Scarborough. Lucas David Schaefer. Jordan Andrew Schaefer. Benjamin Samuel Shart. Ann Noel Schmidt. Kyle Francis Schmidt, Zach Thomas Schmidt, Alexander James Schoenthal, Jack Preston Schoenweiss, Bennett Pearson Schuler, Carter Knight Schwalb, Clifford Monroe Seaman, Christopher Aaron Self, Lucinda Ives Sheely, Kiera Jane Shelton, Emma Marie Shepard, Nicholas Joseph Shepard, Avery Foster Shute, Jacob C. Siebers, Macy Brianne Sylvie, Anna Elizabeth Singh,
Cole Stephen Sitton, Mackenzie Marie Slater, Sarah Eileen Slater, Campbell Diane Slemmer, Luke August Slemmer, Connor Stephen Smith, Caden Durrell Smith, Nicholas Graham Smith, Wyatt Richard Smith, Lainey Christine Sorensen, Zachary Thomas Sowell, Connor James Spencer, Nicole Lynn Spencer, Kira Denise Marie Stacy, Brandon Alexander Stahl, Tyler Preston Staley, Matthew David Stasquitz, Spencer Nicholas Stearns, Aiden Joseph Stevens, Jasmine Patrice Story, Joshua Matthew Stout, Jack Ryan Stricker, Hunter Allen Stromer, Landon Joseph Studley, Jacob Alexander Summers, Alexander Michael Sundar, John Patrick Sweet, Olivia Elaine Zedler, Christine Gail Schmula,
Hannah H. Tay, Christian Scott Talley, Chloe Louise Taylor, Sebastian Xavier Tebby Harris, Brandon Robert Thayer, Tiana Joy Themes, Amaya Kayleen Tillerson, Brooke Campbell Tolley, Allison Maley Toma, Timothy Aaron Tossi, Skylar Elizabeth Touche, Taryn Lee Trowernet, Nicholas Stephen Travis, Martin Arnold Trells, Cameron Michael Tripp, Haley Nicole Ulrich, Aiden Robert Underwood, Brandon Michael Uribe, Caden Van. Tatum Ann Van Ryswick. Lauren Alexandria Van Dyke. Gabriela Lucia Vasquez Flanagan. Madison Taylor Veith. Kyle David Vopel. Michael R. Volz. William Henry Voss. Evan Lee Wagenblast. Kyle McLean Wagoner. Jenna Marie Walker.
Spencer Nicholas Wallace. Gavin Michael Walls. Lindsay Nicole Walsh. Maya Elizabeth Walters. Brendan Scott Warren. Tobias Ethan Washburn. Nicholas Brennan Waters. Ryan George Watts. Benjamin Thompson Weekly. William Michael Weber. Jeffrey Allen Wellen Jr. Evan Jeffrey Wells. Jillian Sherrills Welsh. Alfonso Lamont West. Shemaya Michelle West. Hannah Marie Whaley. Michael Patrick Whaley. Ryan Matthew Whaley. Mitchell Edward White. Tyler Thomas Worrell. Elizabeth Ann Wilbraham. Nathan Robert Wilgus. Taylor Abigail Wilkerson. Ryan David Wilkinson. Darielle Bernice Williams. Mia Elizabeth Williams. Zoe Orion Williams. Zachary George Willis. Janelle Cyan Wilson.
Jeffrey George Window. Michael Christopher Wise. Grace Ella Witt. Lily Rose Whitcamp. Austin Bailey Wolf. Emily Brianne Wolf. Janae Alice Wright. Nicholas Yenny. Ella Nicole Young. Caitlin Elizabeth Zahai. James Aaron Zugmeyer. Abigail Elizabeth Zupancy. Bryce Michael Beagle. Gannon Joseph Burns. Cade Michael Hardy. Grant Lawrence Hebner. Adam Christopher Powell. Jacoby David Roberson. Zach Thomas Schmidt. Spencer Nicholas Stearns.
All right, as we are having our last graduates head back to their seats, I was just informed, per Mr. Fox, that Ryan Watts, who should be here today, but he is at our IHSA state competition. He won the 3200 state championship. And after 8 events, the boys' track team is in first place at the state track meet. And as you saw, the last 8 young men to come across the stage were our baseball seniors. They won their regional this morning, as Grant so. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention that our girls' soccer team won their sectional game last night and have moved on again. And our softball team won their regional last night and has moved on as well. So as you see that even though today is an end as part of the school year, we continue on. And hopefully we'll have a couple teams do a nice long run into June where we will be able to bring home some more hardware for EHS. So thank you. And I want to thank Mrs. Kanabe and Mr. Baker, who have the hardest job here. So thank you guys for a wonderful job with the announcing. All right. Graduates, would you please rise? Move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations to the Edwardsville High School's class of 2022. Family and friends, all I ask is that you please wait until the graduates are out before exiting. I now am honored to present to you the Edwardsville High School class of 2022. May we have the ushers come forward. Marshals, come forward to take the class out. Yep. Guys, go ahead. Take them out. The number of teams that got eliminated yesterday, I thought we were going to be real hurting for. We can go down after about the 3rd row, and then we'll follow them out. You'll take your group down that side. I'll take mine down this side, and we'll meet in the front.